and a panel winning and soon sweatman with the Wumbiana, Yen Semre Crano, the best in local stories and so I say Eddie free. And I pensa as our case ladies also Ego could jam and so waffle zombie, Ego could see a kanya. Never to as a cup champions to get bass or waffle zombie, no, where qualifiers no. Hazardous ladies matches mensa mo boy no ankoyi and so ent me anko mobeka first game mo edroy second game and mo lose by 3-0 na anko mo third game mo has animu say anka third game no mutumi edi nkunimu a kano assign ebo ma Hazardous ladies enyama etumi enso ekomene but despite say Omusiki an emphatic victory 6-1 over Niger side. I find AS Garde National. Ninya no na say nei. Their final group B fish and also na say Antimanku Yama Hazardous ladies a. Me no ka say na so mo antimi unqualified to the next stage of the competition. Am say we say 6 points and komutimi nya 6 points kura na nke pushi omo. But mo dey 4 points. And munya inti ama qualification no omo no mo group ne bi enya 9 ne ade ade sa no a eba sa 9 mo inti ama Hazardous ladies and so antimi ankokodin na ankomanim don be bi omaye but antimi ankoyamomo Gaka top 4 the 2024 Gaka top 4 games no etimi eba so na we no enya top 4 meza na meka no we me need the step friend Gaka top 4 because enya teams we any D top 4 no enka ne atwam na top 4 ne abo gala kra no a Nasiru Gani akobe bosso to be ona see hwan na ne gala Nasiru Gani akobe gididi any ni nanka Bruce money ade ade ene die o say pele has of folk it's nay players no nya no Gaka top 4 pani eno so timi ba so na takoti ene we no say selected 4 and a boy and Gaka top 4 into we selected 4 na ba so na Bechem United eshe ba kuma Mediama Sporting Club and to me anti Nation Service Seminu ema second 11 wise and so and to me anti into we Gaka top 4 na 11 wise no kwa Premier League no mu nimbio into no ye de wuma e don nsam no so e de ema Cup Champions League no so any Confederation Cup prelims no etumi e ba so na we games e ba so na e sei entity ni nyan se Confederation Cup no instructor man shemiensa ema elect sports and I say elect club omo April so man to me and so ensima da braka sane no kopia se Cup Champions League no so Victory FC omo etson fi ema Samatex ekweso me kaba ko a omo April so a omo ntimi anti Emmanuel Mama and nya the only goal no and the Samatex 1996 it no ADPM na instructor my game a Confederation Cup omo HL Sports eso mo come in so management no na ana coach of ya preko na assessment of the game yow it's me and so the mine
Sika FM
we didn't start the game very well the way we wanted. The first 15 minutes I think we were a bit jittery but gradually we warm ourselves into the game. We started making the ball simple. We started using the flanks as we good at, because our wingers are very fast and they were playing high. So I told my boys, all you need to do is when they come high, we play 1-2 and then we go long, which started working and you saw it. The goal came. Immediately we started, the goal came, the confidence came, and then the boys started playing good football, especially in the first half.
Enti na as a coach na de nsem atoja na as nnema ocho mo ni ade no se omo ya so mo ye bibia na fe goals no and say eflani asase na ebasa eno aje say coaches na bo argumenti eno ensema yanso ade ko todwa ya de sansen we so ade emo bi otiska 89.20 eno edu na enya no kosa na no kopie mu a na say yaw esai kasai ade fa je say enei ebusa ne say ne mante modimoi idea the musibo ball nani asode because as I say no you said first leg the enti and the koba say o matimi enya free nil no o mani etim nani etim akwa so sa between dey no so matimi ekokunya no na no ana ya preko so ese o ye proud of the mountain no say nei o no so etim adu manimu a o manya mo first ever African win ebisi da in the history of Samatex in the coach no
very proud, very proud. We should have at least scored more, especially in the second half. We lose a little bit of balance. The substitutes didn't really help. The substitution didn't really help. But it's our first international, like you said, first continental, and for us to home from away from home, for us to get 3 goals here, I'm very proud of the boys. Work in progress. I've been with the team. We've just barely 3 weeks, but they are responding to how we want to play, and there's more to come.
Enti was best imi ni is about 3 weeks per but okay the way am ranting si bobo na so mo respond to how e number so musi o makanti coach no so ya pray ko atimi abon rant so so proud because we know enkofi first Africa omo airport na say first Africa what me abwa ko boni say pa de na say nei we na so ye coach say kwa na wani begim rant atimi agine mante no so emmoden ho emmo no ho yi pantia no yensema coach a ye fa ya pray ko so to na esabusa ne say ne plan we say okotad na ne plan say pan and the plan no esitie.
It's in the pocket, not to concede there. That's all we need to do is not to lose focus. The game is going to be in a neutral ground. We have what it takes to head them. All we need to do is to recover very quickly, and then we go there with this 3 goals in the bag. Make sure we protect it, not concede, and then we see how it goes.
Also, the plan is in the bottom. Now, the money kunya ni say, omun considigo, and only a dear pie, somebody consider the bear in the bit of bones. One year, a free goodness or when as a ball and torn net here. A chessel will be beer kuye the amount. It's no answer, man, as a coacher. Nidin and so they are prepared to Jana Richmond Darkun. A summer text 1996. Midfielder Richmond Darkun so a branch no on so Ekasana in Naya Busan say a Senate as a pressure. Mana going to the game na pressure and so on. We and some Richmond and so the 270 sports anyway.
You could give na pressure behind all those game. It's been our first time I able international competition camp. Not pressure behind so but the determination was high there. As if you make him a mark or competition. So yeah, and on I put you up this impressive performance.
It was say mo konese pressure na say nya ibia but nei o makwa akobo modne so madin kuntani en sama Richmond Darkun so e de etu na wo say enebusan say some moment o mabra say no nso hu no say he's proud of the moment nei summer text so atimi akwa konya no.
Well, it's a proud moment for young players, you know. It was the first time I ever come Champions League and going to the away game out. It's not easy. So
enti eno yen sama na say a branch enso ko to jana yesabusan second leg no enso ebenya abaso na second leg a enso ebaso den ana yen hwe ni mu say eni sama test bit ma kwakoye.
No mere formality like there's a lot of work. I say game na nkasa na second leg in the game. It is a good win away, but game na nkasa a second leg. The same mentality na the first game na we're going for the win.
Enti eno yen sama na say Richmond Darkun so de ko to the sanse win so e de ema na enwu anu nyan say a branch of Emmanuel Mama enso eno nso timi Asia kan be na Emmanuel Mama de na so no obi abana ba so no ene the history maker one kwaya abakosam enso Elkroman Mama ene ko say the only goal and ma summer text 1996 na branch no unse wey e your first goal mabo enso Africa obi anya bida na no na Emmanuel Mama nso bisan say bema we akwose first we first player nei watimi ase goal e dia ma summer text 1996 na yemusa yima sen ana no nso na feeling nso esi ete after say nso nya first goal e de ama summer text 1996
first player ama
enti eno say ye ono so ko to jana ya sa busa no say yima o header no nso e nya say ye obetimi ni ahye won asan kakra enti yima voice ni munchara nya bata den a yima kasa o say na first one time but nei na me atama bibia nso aya say ko ye onso timi ekoye sade na a branch out nso your friend no Ebenezer Akwa ana nso busa na about the feeling na ono nso ekonya after say ni ono nso born the first goal ediama na so ono nso esi akadema Samatex inti Ebenezer nso ekasa yenti ono nso dituja
edikan yeda anyase na abeso yeda video yaso baboni supporter Ghana for ni sama boy for dia edikage any given because leading team to victory and it's a away game because it's a management no 24 no so players ni na obi anya dia e kofi
enti anu so ensema Ebenezer Akwa kwoto na busi as victory no omanya no sen ana victory no esitie e de Samatex 1996 mate Ghana for anim na sen na wo kan dia pasa victory ho
I think before game no 24 no kasa management no money kasa who kachire say e game say no ya bitmanya win miracle and ampaso ade o kan no be ko en park so they say we unite ye ba ko obi say bo na be phobia no hono me enka ebi I think say na me lead dey win so much
enti eno ye nsema na say Ebenezer Akwa nso de kwato dwade sansem we edemana ene Ghana Football Association say yanka yan inform obi a clubs ni obi enti ye pa transfer window no the 2024 transfer window no na mebo Sunday ya kwasi ade ebe ye close ye topunum ye tompomanum enti transfer mpoma na ya bia ma nei kodako sign House of Folk yes obi ya justify omuntimi insane bebre no se oman san nani senti aman sinsane ne ntam a na mebo mpoma no ye tum na mebo kwasi ade ebe ya by 11:59 p.m. ni atoto transfer mpoma ni nyina mu eno ye di friend ma airpa account na fuansia na transfer mpoma na yatum it's eno ye de onom Benjamin Jacques osiaka ma House of Folk maybe atwam osiaka ma bofo akwata no mu nyina Benjamin Jacques me no ka say newly promoted side Basaka Holy Stars and our branch and so Benjamin ekwagosia kan so ade amomunti ene e Jacques ono so de na House of Folk asho ono abiem no ene has management any NCC no ekosa the family of William Ni Lai nze branch na wawu no amenei eno so moko wishing condolence e de koma abusuafo nyina nura ansa no so timi ekoba so nti management ne NCC ni nya no enso timi kopiem enso won ma William Ni Lai who's a branch no or a supporter or co-supporter House of Folk team and eniema nko ya ese akohwene nkwa ya Nuruddin Abdul Aziz finally or reported to House of Folk or training I just say after almost 6 months and a branch onya injured that time ya na enra and I say he was part of House of Folk team and Martin Koopman I check nei ono so onya issues with ni nine no na me adama branch no so atumi aba bibia nso ekoye dima a branch efe no Nuruddin Abdul Aziz as a branch nti obetime sia kan de amatim no an say bibia nso ase ekoye nti onim perforce anya fruitful meeting after meeting no technical team no so so me impress pa as a branch no so ebe join train na bibia nso kama edema branch nti ane ye wom ana every Premier League club nso e Ghana eni papa FM ba umia nso akasa na yenti nsam ni yepa papa no ekasai e fa Olympics no yenti nsama Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Tuja about Olympics.
We are going to start an Operation Olympics Glory program by dedicating resources towards the preparation of our athletes and their readiness for the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, USA, including where necessary, targeting specific sports for medals.
And was it preparation towards 2028 Olympics? Omba has your grand name and money ya nyese bia yan 20 Ghana 100 meters near the adinya no a bus swimming near the idea it's a Ghana kokwaji papa nya president ya na Ghana kwaji gold the buy mani obi anwa o se e be hyase na me boane so nyamba power dia na se ne ye prepare tentem ase be ya Los Angeles early 2028 Ghana betima kwa bomba ji pa no sir kasa de fa Ghana pitches no say Thomas Tay Party e kan wa papa na responde enei Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Thomas Tay Party ensemo kan de fa Ghana pitches no no wa yi ano manifesto na se na nya agudi kra.
Ladies and gentlemen, also upgrade the surfaces of our football pitches to meet the highest international standards. And so we will be seeing an upgrading of the stadia in Kumasi, Accra, Cape Coast, Tamale, and Esipong to make sure that they meet the highest international standards. My government will also implement an effective maintenance module for our sports facilities. We will continue the construction of astroturfs for every constituency to boost the development of our talents, including juvenile football. We have increased astroturfs from 3 that we inherited to over 150 in 2024.
Okay, no, I Dr. Mahmoud Baumia so somebody ko to na ene se utimia na se Basake Holy Stars. Selempeleti no cry there. Young Apostles. Summertex 1996. Asante Kotoko. House of Folk. Nations FC. Mediama Sporting Club. Bibiani Gold Stars. Karela United. Sarasuna Adriana Stars. Vision FC. Inswatemai. Dreams FC. Bechem United. Legon Cities. Heart of Lions. Brekum Chelsea. Munina Accra Lions. Muntini. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Owene the electioner. We and Obeyama Ghanaian clubs am bomudina.
We will support the revival of the Premier League and clubs to improve commercial viability and create related jobs by directing policy through the National Lotteries Authority and the Gaming Commission to establish and fund a sports employment module to assist premier clubs fund operational expenses, including player remuneration. And also we will provide a bus to each Premier League club. And we will build 6 5,000-seater capacity stadia for the new regions, the 6 new regions, and we will build a standard stadium for Sunyani because of their love of football and the many clubs in Sunyani.
Enti ose omo be gye nyuma diama yen clubs no. Omo sika semu ni adi nyina no. Se nyame boa na oba power papa na ni so adi hu ne so papa. Ombe boa yen clubs ni nyina. Na the big back we say the new regions now become 6 new regions no. Ombe say 5,000 capacity stadia. Ediama the 6 regions no. 5,000 capacity stadia for each of the regions. Ana ombesi ediamomo. Na eno achi no Sunyan for so motor football pa. Eno so ombesi standard stadium. Renyest Matama Kwa Stadium be new. Standard stadium ediamamo. Na fei AstroTurf no yenye yo. Omo beye biaka onyame boa no mba power. Ombesan aye biaka according to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Ama fei clubs no so is it a bus there momon paye nyame boa. Obesan at the bus ediama each of the clubs no bemo bia bus. Enti papa na ni swadi hu no momon paye ma no na nyame mfa ne mra clubs no samu hia san ne ma we dia o club a ko kotodwe no abon pa ma Dr. Mahmoud Baumia se be oba power enei se mu suna so be boa mo dia ni nya ne se nyame ebe bona na adwene nkosesa eno nkwane de meka se munya na bibia nso nti wei ene kakra ese yen saka no pa na de aba besum nti obia mo ne mpaye na bibia nya kama na go forward enterprise ana make am for the amount self for ni chim ne nei uko go forward aso ye dia woniema na opese ukoyi na se uyi woniema because some matters eko Ethiopia no enie na daso no bibia ese bibia ye se edawiase mo bia hu the team of the moment omoko Ethiopia mo full play no nya na video da won ma enya agudie kra enti go forward enterprise se eba se okoyi woniema dia fa be down mo ombeboa na omaji eniema no nso atumi edi ama go forward say enye no nko ebia usika sem na ya bibi ho ne manko ebi kura wuyi ba edu baabi no na so akakwam go forward ebeye edi ama sane nei o cars ni nyina no fa bedan ni nyima ana eba building contract fa bedan go forward na building contract sem ni nyina no nso yentumi enti hu djuma enso emaw na se wuti me no padia ya o mason for ya o plumber for mombe tu so dia maw mombe totals mombe waya fie no e dia maw se ba marble stone dia enso achi ni nyina ye bedi hu djuma dia maw se roofing sheet na opede abodan so edan no ebia wusi wakakwam fa bedan na ye ntoaso o pasase o pefie na to ni nya fa bedan na go forward enyamao roofing sheet or IBL aluzinc and a sign our self lock POP so the design ye the latest one enye POP ngonwan bia na be ye amount latest simple beautiful ones and a go forward be ye amount eba flower sense and park and garden some dia ninya no e go forward and I'll do ni che e brokwa macro no mo omo be market ni yi pa for go forward enterprise was 0246 9307 0244 693078 0244 693078 and 0243 418267 0243 418267 and I said 0541 489777 now ni go forward enterprise din komo sana family home care ese men kan so se nei odofo bi yare a che se ato adwendwene na enipa o se bia wugya no wokọ adwuma uhu de wonye amo aboba ha che se fa bedan na odofo no yare no na dwane diem ne ntare hyem ni nunum ni nya ebeboa na ye disa adwuma no enso edi amount eban na ni healthcare nursing service na fi house help adwuma dia ninya ye family home care and ade dan sane nei wa ofufro na enunti untimi nkwa adwuma ebi a meka say bi kra kwa na pom dinti untimi nya no wonko meka say bi kra mpo ache say wono wo time aso sa ye maw maternity leave no time aso so return to office but untimi nko fa bedan ye be ma ho ahare akra no na didiem ne ntade sem se dro no onuma ye be hwam na numado at the right time ni nyina no aye family home care and ye be kan for the man say ye madwuma no aye simple kra ye be sro ententen so afa bedan ye house help so ye will be brebi more experienced into se wo de bedan se wo pe house help so a mo be babysitting obesu niama de amount be kodwuma kodidwa be no adwane de amount ye be clean feel be bia de amount ato niama so de amount adwuna se market wa na family home care wo ye enye jira kwan kuma se mfimfi apata se ti adwuna se ene wo na frɛ yen 0558 08 4749
Sika FM
0558 08 47 49 0598 59 47 26 offer sa number we so anso benyomo 0598 59 47 26 na woni family home care and so it's mabon comment to madama and ekoji en stories na brake wa ha sanso na miki so e wa say brake
koba
na pombo ko de
Cristado
ana pass why din bibia e fine de
still na no apomudino enye
enya 100% ana say Woka bibi ebesi bia mo ba wini ntina ma why atoba hai.
Bibi ebesi bia very wini.
Some of WhatsApp start na making.
It wasn't about Chelsea.
Sir, the baby amba wini nye Chelsea.
Sika FM.
The me when the me so me related to Chelsea.
Oh, there
and then ko share say na be na me
na say Chelsea ni bi o kan o kre bia no. Eni mi say nye den a. Bibi no bibi see at Chelsea beat me ade. E winning after game against Manchester City.
Okay, me the sana me dey ma ko buye.
Yeah, it was just going to be difficult for even a draw against it.
On our players here 46.
But na mo bo modern. Pa.
O players here 46 no nya baby nyina.
In terms of possession.
And na ma na ya basa no.
In terms of possession.
Players nya baby nyina 46 no.
And na ma na creating chances.
Say na nyamu nya na call park ni so.
Once make obi cry this step. Or to man woman.
On players no mo dos dey.
Make obi cry can be say how. Papa, who the wa who the better we. Squad ya the two we. Who your coach ah? Who be that team training.
Let's ask coach Leslie Mukolo.
Coach ni say be brave.
Sika FM.
I'll say and I listen to him after the match.
They'll leave.
I'll say more ni plans in no they'll have to leave.
Yeah.
No mon kwante me. No nya hu the squad
we transfer the cry style be kakra.
You to me sorry.
E ba say so mo ba training ground so the stable.
E ma hu dey all.
And my point no.
I don't know so to me mo who say we will not need you at the training grounds.
Okay.
Because we are selling you.
Okay.
So one person we are simple. We call the under 23 we call they. Yet they are plenty but they will loan them out. Okay. And me sure so my man a sizable squad of it in the idea. I am much concerned about Mahmoud Baoumi and the MPP for that matter.
Okay, well, remember, so I'm reading message before. So we were saying good morning, Sika Sports. I'm saying best mark of ultimate team. Iswatman and Samatas did well in their various CAF competitions over the weekend by winning their respective first legs. Kudos to them, and more grease to their elbow. They should prepare adequately for the second legs in order to qualify for next stage. Greetings to the hard-working crew. Sika Sports till I fade away. And near the by Winsu was it good morning, Copper. I'm Evangelist Captain Thomas Sankara. Congrats to Arsenal, Marcel, and Barcelona for their respective wins. But Copper, please slow down, because your Man United is not on the right path. Take a break, because the EPL league, the EPL has just started. Greetings to my mentor, John Dramani Mahama, may God bless him. And here Thomas Sankara and so there. But when so say, in fact, okay, man, starting. I say good morning, boss. I'm a Man United fan, and I was there. I'm crying, pow. How could you let go Mason Greenwood, even with his weaker foot? Look at how he scored those goals. In fact, we missed a great talent. In fact, shame on to all the hypocrites and haters of Akwadanyame. Sorry to use those words. God will punish those who are behind the exit of the boy. Aruba, Bokro last stop on the free by here. And Filippo Kwabri say, enjoying the best sports show. Glory, Man United, and greetings to Father One and Cantona and my daughter Frimpong Manson Achan Felix. And here they are also Eddie Abano pay. But yes, in Incorpora,
Mason Greenwood now missing the chances of we play for a big club.
Sika FM.
There are certain baby who you should know and work in the confines of baby away the OSA Juman.
Okay.
The idea be more and you a queen yan how was out to me a day. We you maybe.
I didn't know Quanya the Fatai.
Yet United might need Mason Greenwood. But I'm sure say Mason Greenwood would solve all the United problems now. Let me add you.
Yeah, sure.
It's on who are Kunyan saying obey you see United. It did do that very top level. Or Ninian saying can I braba or woman or best Nank wash no managing ye and no any idea about one give it to me so I day. A boy that is missing good man missing good, but he's a fine player. We can share send our games no no. After Paris Saint-Germain, that 4-1 win. Now sure how the other games, the likes of Marcel Musumit Maede. Sorry. I'm sure how Roberto De Zerbi. A surprise thing. So we decided this will be just a practice over beyond Honum. No, I quote a year France. I quote Marcel Juma. And we all know Marcel. they've been in exile for about many years in terms of dominating French football, and then also presence in our European competition. Into that decision, deserve how they will survive. I'm not sure how that philosophy or using in Brighton obey me a pija and now obetam at the aquacura the French league. And on the day Bray who train ye papa Obeka last season Bray Eddie third on the French league. It was just a game between Ormoni Marcel and just looking at Mason Greenwood, the way are now all using the left and right foot to get in chances, to score goals, to create penalties at the I think everything worked out perfectly at the Roberto Di Zerbi, and then also that is Marcel, for that matter Mason Greenwood. Into me, the best player in the French league, I would agree upon round one or weekend matches. No, say it would have to be Mason Greenwood, and then also Roberto Di Zerbi in the French league as the best manager for the first matches. And so seeing Paris Saint-Germain going down by a goal to 0, coming back to win by 4 goals to 1, they are on the rise, and that almost dominance in about 12 seasons over the French league and Copa this season in the sense say this time round almost bought with players I make say almost the creme de la creme, almost the top players, almost the cathedrals as compared to players here almost Paris Saint-Germain Bakola. And you see, he's one player Obia try to make mockery of how and the game is here then is it here, but mighty man make a he's the big thing that will come out of French football, even ahead of Ousmane Dembele, and he will be next to Kylian Mbappe. Player Bakola.
Bradley Bakola.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it was so surprising. Sir, even in the Euros here, Disham, one of the substitutes I rely on, Senyoma Enkoya, was that boy, and he's a player Luis Enrique Lebarante and Edenam Paris Saint-Germain team. It tells you what these two top coaches have seen in such a young boy. All man of that confidence, a man of that chance. Say only these mistakes at these stages. Say nebeya obetimi correcting no the bedru echire, and on the day game boy be Paris Saint-Germain no Obunsu team dominate here, and Bakola was excellent. Ousmane Dembele came in. It's way munu die. Omu big gangs. Omu the likes of Lionel Messi, Neymar, and co. You say all my age Paris Saint-Germain that year, and these guys are names Bia Mijidi Sekopa. So much Luis Enrique Nkwa there. Nyoma befa. No wonder said Dembele, Kolomwani, and the others were on the scoring sheet. My Paris Saint-Germain, it's me 4 goes to 1 on day over the weekend. So in the French league, it was excellent seeing these guys playing and then also winning. For Lyon there, Copa, they see last season Nana SIM Traso, Pierre Serge, the coach. And I may one pie man and say, a queen with me fast so Ebe Bois Emma Lyon, a surviving relegation. Ebe did that position at the set, a moment even European football season when I see no, and no, and I may say, omit my day, a pija almost modern boom, obit my pija tactics. Now, what these young Lyon players, especially at this Nyama, because it's see honor and also be Ghana and Kanko, and your court say a bit me are qualified for the AFCON and then also the World Cup for that matter. In Tiabahe Hawa, Leon so a bit me a bo or next game and it was a disappointing and a frustrating result at Real Madrid. After say Omutu Kwai Poland, that is the Super Cup, and they had to travel through Germany and then France to be back. Ekobo an away game up against Mallorca. Yes, last season Mallorca did 15th in the Bacopa. I would agree, sir. A lineup and expert Madrid would dominate not only in possession but also in goals. But I would also agree said these guys are Omujim Edema Madrid and up against Mallorca. Most of them were tired.
Okay.
Yet Obi Temi Obeka said it would be a normal routine. se Champions League near the Eshasia. But after na we all body ne ebe adjusted to Saudi way, and it was early in the season. See a bit too quine a free in Spain. Ako Poland near back see a barber ball and away game up against Mallorca, and the moment I hear who say repeated the lineup away game up against Mallorca, and it was just going to be difficult. Obia expected the front three of Rodrigo Goes, Kylian Mbappe, and then also Vinicius Junior. Team Biana Umbesomu Biano, or Munshomu at least by 4-0 or even by 3-0. But we would also have to give them time. Say per time, at the ama other players be, ye per time, at the ama other teams be, minim at the Kurientia, yentimi per time, and from Kylian Mbappe, who is playing alongside Vinicius Junior and then also Rodrigo Goes. Minim at the Kurientia, yen per time, and from Carlo Ancelotti, sa onusu entimi and she said in your way, especially now on pair a balance, which and from the central defensive pair, Omubo Endra, that is Militao, and then also Rudiger. And meet me, like I said, it is virtually about the first timer almost so able as a central pair. Last season they struggled because Militao started an injury by into one most games and from my head that is Real Madrid. Into no wonder, say even after the game, coach Michel Ancelotti he needs a balance nature, and I think working things out, Real Madrid will be able to solve these problems from the back. They are confusing. I mean, the attack on Copa. These are good players, and only other day they will give you the goals. Kosha Rodrigo Goes going now here, then it tells you how top he is as a talent. Into no wonder, Florentino Perez, I'm say, oh yeah, a darling boy, and that so be free Madrid they knew what they are, and it's not that guy. And Ejidi say Emraneba not almost settle on class in the Spanish La Liga would have a problem. Shekeli and Mbappe Endra. One show good, but he had a good game. Obobono, the goalkeeper at the Mallorca on 2 occasions. No, say Opekam Yeding is saving the situation at the Mallorca, and we saw them doing well and then also playing well. Just that the results frustrating. A 1-1 draw for a defending champion. Obioni down to say game be a obobi and also to me Yeding in a 3 maximum point. But meet me show be OTA and nano pay say Real Madrid will dominate that is the La Liga. For Barcelona, the first time I knew whom the coach Hansi Flick in the Spanish La Liga, and the lineup now will be a shahawa with injury situations, with transfer problems. Sikasam acquire our Barcelona honintino near shahawa and the lineup in the bed in Ebeko. It's your whom said or the Rafinha. About that number 10 row, and now you train how this will survive for Barcelona. But on the day we saw Robert Lewandowski living up to expectation, living up to the billing, getting Barcelona 2 goals under a Hansi Flick. Obienim so ne Hansi Flick ayejumada. Enti se osani ni be ejuma wo that is Barcelona Spainer enya de be dey be ha Robert Lewandowski bebre, and I think they also got it well despite the fact that omo down by 0 a goal to 0 somewhere in the course of the game. Now omutimi back ebenya that 2-1 up against Valencia. Last season Valencia share points, and I think in their first game or two, but this time round it's me wall and the 3 maximum points up against Valencia. Would have to applaud Hansi Flick, and yet that beautiful Barcelona you need almost in terms of play. I didn't Barcelona in terms of philosophy. I didn't Barcelona but they struggled and managed to find spaces behind the Valencia defender. Omutimi then that is the 3 maximum points. And then there you ever heard let's go Bilbao, who Atletico Madrid would also fare in their game, and I think in the French Liga and then also in the Spanish La Liga, these were the main games and also they dominated over the weekend. Now in England, the big game was Chelsea losing 2-0 up against that is Manchester City or that is Stamford Bridge. Senior Mekan, me sure say Chelsea Nibia and any student of the game, Mitchell football, proud to this game. Now expect to say also Chelsea winning up against Manchester City. Intime before the game. Now me only says a possibility be or probability be or say Chelsea. To me, I say that is Manchester City a copper. Me man 40%, which is not even close to average, and that Manchester City was 60% before the game. So me to my head, winning up against Chelsea City. I mean up against Chelsea, not just because City are the defending champions, not just because City are the best players ahead of that is Chelsea, but just for the fact City shots here na bibia okay as the defending champion. Na obo Chelsea a frustrating side. Coach new after no about remudia Chelsea or City would get the maximum points ahead of that is Chelsea. And during the game, the moment a couple me will line up no that even 40% and it's that whole Eddie Chelsea no misati so Eddie about 20 in terms of possibility any probability say Chelsea beat my day as Manchester City that is Stamford Bridge. Now bisa misade intera Chelsea lineup in the you know. It was a lineup virtually in every department, from defense to midfield, and then the attack had a new pair. The central defensive pair of Fofana and Levi Colwill, new. Fofana by last season, Wambo Baku Crown from my that is Chelsea through injuries. Wesley
Fofana, yeah.
Through injury into Wambo Baku Crown. It's the moment say almost pen up against Levi Colwill. I knew it was going to be a problem. Again, Guerrilla from the Euros throughout the preseason, a game back open was starting here at the back that is Chelsea. That was up against Inter Milan. So look at this, meaning that the defense had a new defense look under that is Enzo Maresca, and then also for Chelsea. Now in the middle, it was Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, and then also Romeo Lavia. A new midfield trio. Because Lavia last season, through injuries, and from Chelsea. It is the same thing for the forward. Nicholas Jackson, Nkunku, and then also Palmer. So the moment this lineup, then I knew you said Chelsea, the moment these new pairs, forward, you are just going to struggle. Again, Chelsea had 9 signings this transfer, but none of them copper and started this game.
9 signings?
Yes.
Okay.
But none of them and started the game up against that is Manchester City. So I knew the moment I line up in the Bayern, they will struggle. But throughout preseason, virtually these 9 signings in Yano had a good and equal preseason under Enzo Maresca and then also Chelsea. It's a day 80 and as a season here, not these 9 signings. A mudu duanano a good preseason. Now Oma good preseason no starting ahead of them. It tells you that something still has not been settled at Chelsea. And regardless what happened before the game, during this game, upon seeing the lineup, Enzo Edibetujano, Chelsea were going to lose up against that is Manchester City. And we would just have to hope. From our first game, we born in the preseason up against Club America, said Chelsea will concede. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was just because seeing a high line under these young boys do go through injuries or mere less experience in terms of defending, you are just going to suffer. And again, you on the high line and the hand Postecoglou with Tottenham, they suffered in terms of conceding goals. It's Maresca philosophy of person the boys it will need time. But whilst I ain't here Mreno, these things are going to happen. Goal conceding is going to come. And no any idea Chelsea winning up against that is Manchester City. Our first game the English Premier League. Last season, our first game was up against Liverpool. Draw. So the last 2 first games at Chelsea among these big gangs in Copa Lebarante, meaning said they've not been able to pick up the 3 maximum points. It's among 6, Omonia just 1. it tells you that it's a problem. It tells you something will need time. And no, any idea also Chelsea ni bia gitu. No nyan to was here and they ma the project.
I mean, born again. I watch the game now.
And na ma coach Nika say
bad
the philosophy, the plan of person or my boys in the bono or my boy.
Okay.
Or creative chances. No. So the moment I have creative chances, now say after I will try for forwards. Actually, for the first time up against the defending champion, a couple you suffer.
My next game was Wolves, difficult grounds.
We will see how we have to. Manage that game. Difficult grounds at the match. Last season, Omulusu those 2 matches up against Wolves.
Yeah.
So this time around,
that's not so cool.
But even in that game, I think Chelsea will still concede. Okay. But Pep Guardiola, we can't take him for granted.
Yeah.
You Pep Guardiola so I'm few folding chance. You Pep Guardiola said Calvin Phillips intimi antena ne nase. And you say we jai ko pa mama no ko Chelsea wakobo bra last season. But he's giving another chance to a certain young boy. Oh, the right back, Rico Lewis.
Rico.
And Andra in the Chelsea game, he was fantastic up against Chelsea. Up against Manchester City. Manchester United. That is the Community Shield. And he played well. In the preseason, about 3 games, 90 minutes at the 12. So meaning Pep Guardiola this time round would go to give the boy a chance. Senebea Sans and Semine Woho say the young ones no ain't me leave you all up there under that is Pep Guardiola no and no be to my them a paper the efru. But it is a good result for Manchester City. Pep Guardiola started well, the defending champions, and virtually all the big guns now or more high probability say copper or Major League won. And Slot was new with Timiko winning up against Ipswich. A frustrating first half, but in the second half, Mohamed Salah, and for now, player in the English Premier League, season no assassin at the first match was a goal. Mohamed Salah Dasro with 9 goals ahead of Air France Lampard or no yet 8.
Opener no.
Yes, opener, and not Liverpool be here set. With the experience of the Arsenal club, the Munum, obits me Apijan and modern ball, and yet the goals, at the Ama, that is Anslot, and then also Liverpool for that matter. The second goal he got, Arsenal did well up against that is Wolves. And also, one of the gamer, least did we expect Wolves to say, or no, Arsenal that challenge, but Arsenal, and I don't want to say Arsenal, and the right competitor beating me league, a free air that is sitting same. That means it starts from every match at Arsenal day. Maybe can one say season every way last season Sena ope player back the modern more page our Arsenal team anymore. It was Kai Havertz ahead of Odegaard, ahead of Bukayo Saka. It's no wonder during the weekend when you had the first goal at the Arsenal ahead of that is Wolves. 3 good maximum points, and also idea that is Unai Emery. For United, there was a point in time in the game who said Jericho Warner was a test, and it was only Harry Maguire now a 2v1 situation where who Pereira and then also Adam Traore up against Harry Maguire. Yet Yabeja to say ABR Pereira decision to find Adama was not right and that was wrong. But the anticipation Harry Maguire here it also slowly pace. No making sure said the next pass of every free Pereira obey intercepted ball also was a good thing a boy United. In the course of the day, Zegzi a free bench that touch United in a new season at Old Trafford winning by a goal to 0. That defense that we are looking for, Martinez was around, and then also that is Harry Maguire. Mazraoui had a good and a convincing game. Say in case we said the 3 back in the problem, the right back in the problem obetimi akwa the abo ama Manchester United. But baby ame na me hu issue and fourth kakran was how crowded the United midfield was, because we decided to be using in Mount and then Bruno Fernandes to be the number 9 and then number 10 in the game. Osha Mason Mount, he helped out the midfield in terms of defending duties. It's the moment Omuyi in the free me who set pressure about United see there was a hand and say of finding the right positions, of finding the right pair at the Man United, especially the midfield and to some extent the forward. And so our United set up him, and I'm sure so upon these players, most of them about 2 seasons up until now, they'll be able to leave also ahead. That is Manchester United. Okay. And somehow Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Ekano, especially
the messages be fast, you know. If cross me a campaign, man.
But I ask waka, and we have to speak about.
Let me read that message. It'll be me, say Thomas Sankara. Say, good morning, Copper. I'm Evangelist Captain Thomas Sankara. In fact, I'm disappointed in you. Why are you campaigning for Baumia? Why are you doing? What are you doing? Are you doing sports? Baumia has promised so many things whilst he failed to fulfill them. Why are you campaigning for him whilst you know very well that he can't fulfill it? And another one here. Say okay, my message in the crowd. We also say, good morning, Sika Sports Copper. These politicians and their lies. Men can lie. Congrats to United, and we winning it this season. But not just United, but win and agree. Mason needs United more. We are for a millennium. On a message here or the abandonment. Some messages need to. I'll try and read them later.
Meaning say virtually all SHS schools in Ghana our buses from this current administration Michelle Abine Wan and Abine is almost virtually all SHS our buses are buying at the the type of buses buses and the kind of buses another topic.
Okay,
and maybe to me I can watch them different. But in the manifesto of this government, NASA also be to me providing 18 buses at the amount all Premier League clubs. Lebarante, I think it's visible. It is very doable. Comparatively to say the number of SHS I owe
730 sports.
Not about me provide the buses they do not the amount all. But maybe the end say your ball liga you are teams 3 equal relegation. Whilst other new teams gain promotion into the league. It is a nipano and a team gain promotion eba. Sa team ni basis ni bi. What's the mention I say? So per and some now the reason why they are giving these bases senebaya akoniasa ye koniye ban ebe fu e di ama clubs no. Omo be free division 1 abano. How are they also going to fare?
Say, no. I didn't say the bear say we know so who league because you say but is it him that bass in the boom. You so winning election in Cramponde.
No, the ma omo hoyi.
They be Crampone and Madisia. They be winning election now. They be Crampone
upon 4 years or no. Season be a bana bass in the Bama omo.
Well, woman be a bass. This is what be filming there to our one, you know, now
in pulling up policies. I hani a penia. Bois in general. Not say ebia. Ye can't add ya mamu. Send a problem no be best I awo. Me sure say problem wo no person solve it. Problem wo person solving in say ye ko ye ba. Teams in na ho be dey ebeto which is the Premier League clubs.
Okay.
It is a obi so free enya promotion eba ye league nim. No the time abas is nearby no ni bia. Sa club no and sa team no akoniaba no any akonya se nyina no so no so be kire no oh problem na open so ye dey o solve no it is all to the media here it is a provide the amount or more then we should go to the length of making sure you be find way bia you be extra buses and that and no to be a monitor for all my own gaining promotion into our league.
Okay,
because we want to solve a problem. A problem you person solving and I my day a year your my day.
Na no call relegation so
no hon sem eba me pat ebia
ebi so no bit possible.
And I say ebia the busing system will be given to the clubs but it will be run from the government sector.
And it's possible.
Until you now relegation, you just have to hand over your bus
to the government. Okay.
Send a buyer or Munsu Enya promotion airban. Bit my baby utilize that buses. But the also will come with another cost of branding.
Send the chance of back your bus for free. Branding there. Manasa me picture, but I don't know, say, Mickey Babuamia. Kodakodiano, or my branding
in you.
It's very nice.
Very nice.
It was looking very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, Kopa, it's a visible policy. I had a bit me Juma. Say, should in case Dr. Mahmoud Baumia wins 18 Premier League clubs in Yahabian Bas, Maka because of senior with a SHS and their numbers. Until when you had a year Sebi, the amount for the target in Libya. Okay. And then one thing I all can be here building a stadium in Chinyani. So on this table, virtually on all other platforms, Adia Yana Dudona Yakane say Upe region B ama a Ghana football clubs a show interest football man that is Western region. How they love and enjoy football in terms of football. Brown for say in football no that still falls under say Yetichema I was a football is still 10 and now football must stand so one sector you need say and one regional Omuya bus and Omuya stadium because of the number of clubs at Ewoho they allow for football acquire Oma Faso ama mine players and then talent. It is a stadium ahead of any other regional. I think it's also a good direction. Now, Baku can how obey you the National Lottery through the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Ama players no esikasem akoyi. And any idea him bia ukrumwa. Okay. And that part in there. So timishe a bois Edema football. I think he will be choosing ahead of say AC Stadium and then also getting a clubs and buses.
Financially,
Edema players. Yet, okay. In the policy, and I saying the manifesto going forward, meaning much details
will come out.
It be free mu day about when they are na mobile so, but a very visible so by side your marriage.
His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baumia or Kasati said the opposition. Copper, so the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Into initiative as a Vice President, the government in our power. Own to me and for ideas on Matra Konyaso 7 years Ebony. My politics. Government we
but he's not the overall boss.
Copper. I don't know. Also, what kind of sa? And then say, "Ye kotwa bana, ye kasi will be a vice president." So who need say woman? And who here that position? And here say if you Ghana,
no, I'm saying that because for instance, he made it clear to the whole Ghanaian say he was not for it. But he lives this year. I know the manifesto no. Osa can say about he live a few. So he means say he's not for it. He's against it. Per dear or can he know about 11 intermediate so akasa. It means say only to me pass the overall boss.
A government na ebu amamu no. Obi da no mun am form your government say president in finance say there. But wo na ye nyina ye 730 sports. Na head of so na de ba. Na enye na me tie chire say kopa say yemra yenhye t-shirt yellow me say me de kopa e kona say me ba me ma t-shirt yellow no yenhye bi ma me pese me chire say antina me ka say okasa te say de e bia oni abawe mu na owo ba bia opese wo ba 11 ye obetwam ba ode ba wanti kan kan say yentwam na boss we di ba bia be ha me
I'm getting confused. The man say me ba me twa no. Scare for my way. The man say when I assistant to Otia. E do it bear the with my advice ni bikra wonfa. But say wonu benya a 2 minute. You also have your plans as to how you want to run the company. And you know say I know say bia for different station e ba na. And I say bia we opposition. Is that what it means?
na sense more okay this government here okay can study any ayi kopa esiponsi any omo education esipon ayeden entertain pansam the finance minister enko gina parliament in council omo ye esipon renovation be 90% by a call because say youth centers are under this government owura asiama eye bebebe na no brake start here no the whole the abeto so azuma nursing sports complex. This same government say be kase or say be mass stadia or region says at 5,000 capacity. Na metia na maje. Abda the order that air mess up and they ko hanyina nyini there. That sports research centers no. Ya ye ne den. Azuma nursing sports complex and the same government. The be change say e bia na do beko na ba omiaba na po adi nachi. The same MPP government. Omo na promise here.
But they also come with different policies. And you're the same person running. So the policies there, I will still stand by. So Bia will come with different policies.
Media.
None the free SHS near in the bay. One district, one factory. That was the policy he wanted to implement. And this one is coming with a different policy.
Kopako for one district, one factory.
No, there be. I mean, there.
Analyzing the situation. I'm on paper. Bibliowa. Enyeduma. Palugu ye omo kan they said it in 2020 omo say 2025 no be Palugu no omo nya hwe
ba so my be so
anything me tackle on
me politician me follow but it become my majority
anything me tackle on the sports there na all can say na ba wo so my resource centers bbb akeka nwuram omo ye ne den onya nu nye o say be ma another nu eyi eni o ka say so abo esiponi Esiponti Western region. Ye chenu region they say Western region one or Western North. To Western North na baby animal side hono.
Sika FM.
Omo na enibe ni Western region abenya TNA park aba omo. Asanya esipon ho. Samates ayene de ketua bi ho a obonu. Ebia Western obenya bi. But the sports complexes on my ye no. Akeka wuramu no. Moja no. I say promise another new one. That's my beef. 2. Ghana Premier League. Say my bosses. Brake try say oh yeah. Oh my boss we na bichim agene bass. Dem fan say bichim warrior or kwa abaje bass.
It very depend on the conditions.
Anything na on say di bass no ehia teams ni say. Virtual obi obo Premier League bia bass we di tu kwan. Ebia meshe ama se tax system cry at so ma the league here ka so bi craji a sika onya no esua
everybody what's in the voice what's in the voice now
we will support the revival of the Premier League and clubs to improve commercial viability and create related jobs by directing policy through the National Lotteries Authority and the Gaming Commission to establish and fund a sports employment module to assist premier clubs fund operational expenses, including player remuneration. And also we will provide a bus to each Premier League.
I didn't say be one T voice Nancy. Because if
you voice, no, me first to me say that baby.
But send what T voice in.
I mean the Ghana Gaming Commission.
Braki.
I don't know be side no.
Braki. Manifesto. And some now can. Me trust. Me come more. Ebia.
We just want to weigh the pros and cons.
Is it that is why you
visible so betimi aye.
Oh, don't go. Oh,
and no
obetimi aye ne die. Tie brake obetimi aye ne die. Me nka so ontimi nye. Ba me kire say. Aban no enye to mu opposition, omo wo so. Sports Resource Center asiama ye no. And never encourage. It's time sometimes your politicians need because say more say as watchdog of the society no. The order than ye after say promise a new stadium, a new day.
Na me person make no be but it is the reason why we always choose impenyu for some mundi enim because problems will always be there. What's the picture? Na okasa no o say from 3 astroturfs are yensa kan ye no yama this number so meaning say na problem bi wo say ebia ye ni bibia community here dey ebobo it has now been solved upon say why dey one ma bibiri aba dey aba ka ho so there's still a problem.
7:30 sports
tackling these problems and waka say me ba me ma ban mu no dem giri say be boa be solve that problem we am yakọ enim no eye we bas Mrs. Stadium may it say so problem we why ya solve it but other problems no this is my manifesto, this is how we are going to solve them. And yeah the enemy say obi bia wo tie the enemy say obetena se no adwen wo say saadie we ye ya eyeyi anase enyeyi ana ye tie na ye chire mu say free SHS by schools wo hoyi virtual all nyina wo a new bus under this government. It is a 18 club team league na say aban so obitima ma all basa e possible anase enye possible possible. Yeah. But how are we going to manage these buses? Because you didn't say a league na airborne. You season there 3 echo 3 eba. Almost ban. Almost a crime ben almost before so omenya bus. Enti e bia bus no enko teams ni order but it will be managed from the government. Enti you na wo kwa bus na ka. All ban so ba be use. Probably branding will be another thing.
Sika FM.
But I can say to you, for instance, man, study you was study any be a senior idea. But I always say one thing, say, study any boy be a question because they don't even need it.
Yes.
For instance, Sunya idea workers they need a stadium. There are some places that have 5,000 capacity, no, almost be here.
Yeah.
So why not? Say possible. Say almost say ya say scout baby, but me I believe say, right now no. That man say be any ghost be your boy. Maybe a honor any enough they can a bit my any study.
I think there was a caveat. Or can say sir new stadium no be seen for the newly created
regions, yeah.
Regions. Into a caveat.
Say be a region no.
What chira baby
on say trying to manage we need another problem.
Yes. And another issue. And then again yeah, you mistake. May I have been following politics, American politics. Copa Debbie and no discuss it. Go and listen to Kamala Harris. Okasa ban with but she is not in the saddle. She's only the vice president. Until the president, no, yes, man, and wakoye bibi through president this one wakoye bibi. This is a man who was the vice president. Koba yan miebi ensa.
That's exactly what I mean. Miki can say.
Senior. Okofasa. Okasa. You are not being fair. But we saw the Ghana card by. I don't think.
We're not discussing that.
No. Senior better say. Oh yeah, vice president or need the saddle. But what do policy between women and say very many of the bad because policy the man say on ye for policy man so consistent do no akusi so you have to discuss
former sports minister no
asiama
o say you so bob baby so on because on the demand
na government me boy asiama di because na me dey yes at time na sports minister government we here project sporting project be behind there akan roma eni including the Bojman Nursing Sports Complex. Yeah, Master T. And the same government I say promise say another new stadium say ba. Why say the old ones now kaya no to say nyanyidi.
So you say in here. Sana be so
at the moment that says no for other new regions in here how many times the politicians American Sunyan Stadium from the late Professor Mess time ABC
So until say basically there will always be a promise, and one day someone will build it for us.
But now, so you share as what does so you taking the leaders by their own. Say you what sometimes we are political talk. Go pap nyame ma yonkwa 4 years in Nana the party near winning power. You must have a travel see Ofia. You better
7:30 sports.
Do you remember the SHS promise? Say yes any memoir. I doubted. Looking at the quantum of a year na yebe hiano the opposition then advert in account but it came to light
Inti kwadwe.
But say yes, is it 100%?
Enya oh, na la sama obi say there.
Obi go school from form 1 to form 3. O man timi akwa mu da. Obi ko papa college what sad you 3 years.
Na osi was school.
Enti enya stadium dey matter.
Now there are certain problem fittings bi o ha. Inti uye den a adie bi a baby it comes with problems. Eno just onye. Ti kwadwe wanya FPS just aban wanye. Wanye.
Miss is it complete?
Na compete dey na akam.
Was it there nakam?
7:30 sports. Every aban na wo Ghana almost PSHs no. O man nya bi.
Me say is it na o call free no nko is it come your course school no na e call see. O call 2 weeks na amakwa na e call see.
Me dia me ba ko bi. Nti minimum fa so. Ebi asabe obabi nko obi. Nti ebi awunya nhuye. Ba me dia me ba ko bi. I do wa ya anye me hwe a ko e ama say ya. So what are you saying? So denya problems will always be there. Yes, and Kenya by and Kenya by
Copa Maminyo Africa Mamoko na Mammo Samates for Abasov. It's not easy your first time in Africa. Now be room on a real soil, Cameroon Abontin. Now Samates or rest of the players CB Koya Munya Bishim. Etima Konya good resource. Oh, what team about? The me hope ni say omo ba bebo humu e wa Accra Sports Stadium conference N13 na Samates ebetimi a progress across the next stage na bia omo timi awura the group stage and say omo first time omo timi economy group stage I think say Samates ebe sell omo Samates and Ghana football same as in Stratman 3-0 at home ya preko wasi akanda onimu our things go they should go to away holona at least ekunya say omelu sukrana a defeater ebe more qualification and I think say for a start there the two teams enya flying starter let's hope say the second leg that should be good to say there on board first leg na Kwapala Lebarante.
Yeah, Sabama come on, if I say watching live from Gospel Barber Shop inside Amakum. Congrats to Arsenal for their victory over Wolverhampton Wanderers. Starboy say I'm enjoying the show live in Clat of Mim Airport. Fantastic Kwapala Lebarante, more fire. Congrats to City for their victory against Chelsea yesterday. Greetings to Yasma, teacher K20, Kwajo Space, and my lovely father No Joke. And then we used to see yesterday Madrid spoiled my towels, but nobody is talking about it. With all the stars from Isaac. Now Isaac, now say Otazi, by here can't say. Now one ever come on here. Oko. But senior, bad news back one of say Eddie na number Eddie.
That's my friend.
I made that form.
Sika FM.
Oh my no. Saturday Saturday na my free.
She had been sick for a while.
Oh.
But by Thursday, Friday, Friday, na a year. Na a year. But the only problem is na untimi nidi. TMID 7:30 sports. Kwakoi. Our mantimi wa na friend say. Senior, auntie asem the one am ship na most because on na that so and I say my friend and make us extensively share a day and yeah we will have to go there
1 week near Thursday by week
a week yeah
and a bay
and apanana
e wo konongo
ye wie no nyama yi apanana no o estate no o ba ye ni bi o ka nana no on so da form na ne ye na we say ma bobla
no one can say nka what
I'm sorry meeting weekend ya until say but all the white ko ha omo ti ase omo nti ofie dwom and baby ko be front to foot
sure
until FM now I remember her for one thing okwa so wura club no memo bia na
7:30 sports 7:30 sports
club no yemro bia na because na the favorite no club no ya na no the sprite aflom no no in shandy kaka oh anti ehun ani kaka wura sa no hwe mema anti ayi mom nyina hyede me fa by all means but Papa Igila is here with us again no
town aso
cran Igila no edu yes and yasam ketwa a country time minim say bin mo ha make omo yi omani because they can't be
I started that bay
Wapa, any NCC. Bill of Zion Church International headquarters. Kwaye Kumase Swan magazine takwa makro here. Sa program na eba so.
When you do macro junction na.
Yeah. Bisa sa be ya
kwasi wa sorry. Obi a kakwasi wa make Bill of Zion.
Evangelist o si be ya kwasi.
Kwasi wa sorry. Obi a betro.
Unse wo ye pani a afedi nwie nkwa ne bo. Kufuor time
7:30 sports.
Kufuor emergency. April September 2nd eye Joda
ebe na
otwe na ye hyase na e dia kosi 7 September ne memenda e di anim no na activities ne say nete anopa bia eye anopa no otwe abapamu no otwe abapamu 8:30 no ekosi awia donko ayam anopa
se edu na ma feda ne asuma
ewrade na even Mr. Dem for the prayer ye so faje
okay me asuma pa na
aya wontimi
na asuma so be bana no so ate
say ene edidie de ahun ye wo na evening session no anwumra de no so no
na boat na on fi boat
na anwumra de no so 6:30 p.m. anwumra no ni upon 9:30 p.m. de bia ekosi Jordan edikosi fiadan sa enete na sa ne fiada no aye wie no na ye de all night kase ade wie de atoa so na de room Saturday no na break it sa na beti na watch program enti obi anhye no so na theme that was sweet fellowship of the Holy Spirit na just kunkum ayonkofa 2 Corinthians 13 verse 4 come and receive your healing, come and receive your salvation. Nemo yansha sade enso efiada no a edi yanim ansa na memenda ya sate yi no adwumadie no o se ekọ all night every Friday na sa Friday na edi yanim ansa na Jordan adro no ye wie one night na straight esubo kese tie bo asu no a wo ho ate a obetimi ne nyakopo ato nsa didie no na da wura eagle anu na say ahotie no ene edeko
is good
tena ene edeko o se bra na beje unshira we akwasi
zina ze we dey time na so awie nti ene dey se wa wie
amba wie
emre me mfa makoles
oh fama koles no
mfa na yesa ko na obeko
ye me be kan nyina ma
Arsenal we ne awie bibia
oh yes ampo na e dey na pesa me kan kakra Messi Mount amanfo nhwe ball yie amanfo nhwe ball yie Kopa we wie ye dey analysis bi aba beto na o tena e na ya de beba
okay
say your friend say impress he was the leader
Sika FM
pressing Jin one pa
Karen and Karis Pra omoye twins ene on birthday Karen and Karis Pra ene anon with on birthday from their dad Mr. Evangelist Richard Pra Evangelist Richard Pra and ne bani ne mani Karen and Karis Pra and then omudoma with the we show mo happy birthday yam pick course be 0506 895895 0532 907406 0544 244040 hello yeah tuga
Kopa
na boko de
yawo bibi aboko
de na miase
Kopa de opandet na I think the crowd na wo kana na won ti ate Kopa aye no ye nye biwi e ya be ntikwa na won kate ye be ye dia aka na ye dia to ka ye we nyina guwiram mo nya ho he o wie ya mo so na be tifufu na de na tesa fufu na mo be na wi enti I want de na me ne ya adwen pa na die because o say ekuru mu ate ya me me kwa de nyina me nim say ho na ai da je ne bo start bobo no dan ya wa awa so mo he na mo ya wajuma ye ho na what ye no wi na se mbo si bia kan wa na mo si bia kan na mo nya no wi ya what I could not see to ka se mbeta ye foforo enti ye tre omo nye ni nyina amaye na afi sama test ye mo ma bato oba ye short woni je pa
ani gen de also ani gen de also
sama test o ma ya de papa na kopa nti o te ma so bia ye sen
Money, we need 6-1. It's what tomorrow we need to know because say money there.
Ya mu mu nyina ba na kopa. Onse o mu nyina akoi. Aye ya mu. Mani mi kotokode ha tese na he. Me he bu sikuma. Ni nya menya adwuma.
Okay, tiga that's yanko na school. Hello.
Opa.
Randy.
Kopana no kwede me bla mu de na mu no.
Ade.
Make up politics. No see e say ja ba umi ade fa won ti no mo so mu tima.
Ya so.
Kopa.
Randy. Is it Liverpool manya bia so? Masha see ye.
African Cup ya you see no Cote d'Ivoire na zen. So Cote d'Ivoire for Nigeria.
Ah omo.
Aha, o say omo coach na ko team no so omo pamo no.
Na omo pamo no.
And assistant coach in the team no be the African Cup no ma omo.
Yeah, ono.
It is about umi akase. Mesu me ba me yesi ya. Ade ti ne yakase ono na ban na wo so ti na wo kan onye. Me ti o na fi.
Sika FM.
Friend say President Kufuor no. Ade ti na President Kufuor time no free education ya nya no Kufuor time because Kufuor no ka Kufuor ban ho.
Okay.
Obi a wana adwen. Wo se mesu me ba sei na me pese me e no se ono so na mo no wo adwene. It's local cousin, or not ban or the old can only side time. I mean, just name no president or way. No, so we said, not going to Yago party of the man and already. Also, an agent now will be a while you cry. So, Castle Baby, a friend is a quota, a crack. I may have a bus is a moment in our cousin Ghana, premier teams or better by some of my career getting it. Obi a wire astro test more than 400 or Ghana or caso this one schedule why you getting it. I don't know 1 million yet in here because MPP and this do
Sika FM.
as Nipa you piano back your table papa.